At first glance, the Imagination Network might appear to be a simple collection of computer games. There are flying simulations, board games, fantasy role-playing, and casino games. But instead of playing against the computer, you match your skills against other members from around the country.
Us with our work, whether at home or on the job, but some dedicated folks devote their efforts to making sure that we can have fun with computers too. That's the idea behind the Imagination Network, billed as the first online interactive electronic amusement park. Lori Waffenschmidt takes us for a visit.
At first glance, the Imagination Network might appear to be a simple collection of computer games. There are flying simulations, board games, fantasy role-playing, and casino games. But instead of playing against the computer, you match your skills against other members from around the country.
During evening times and weekends, there are anywhere from 1,500 to 2,000 people on at any given moment simultaneously.
And the people on Imagination aren't just identified by number. Members create their own personas, choosing the appropriate hairstyle and color, facial features, and clothing. Plus, each persona indicates members' interests and rates their skill levels for games. But do people ever lie?
Generally speaking, on the game experience level and capability level, they're pretty accurate because you don't really want to get into a game with a chess master, and there are life masters online in both chess and bridge when you're just an amateur, so you don't necessarily want to misrepresent that. What a lot of people do, though, is assume other persona, whether it's they're a male and they're assuming a female persona, or they're a teenager and they're assuming the persona of a 43-year-old lawyer, or for that matter, if they're a 60-year-old business executive and assuming the persona of a kid just to get online and have some fun for that day.
And members can create different personas for each area of Imagination. A child for Sierra Land, a troll in Medieval Land, or a partier in Larryland.
It's an interesting dynamic in that when you're online, you're a very different kind of person in that you're neither short or tall or thin or fat or male or female or white or black. You're just a person. And the relationships and chat that occurs on an online service tends to be a lot more realistic and a lot more truthful, even if you're role-playing.
So realistic and truthful that it can lead to lifelong commitments. Pamela and Nathan met online in one of the many chat rooms of the network.
He basically came into the room that I was in and basically started conversations. We started talking to each other every night. We must have stayed online with each other for quite a few hours at a time, just talking, getting to know one another.
They just got married at the first national gathering for Imagination members, and they're not the first couple to tie the knot.
You can get to know the people fairly inexpensive without the air travel back and forth or car travel back and forth to meet them. I mean, as long as you can talk to them and they're pretty honest with what they say and do and stuff.
While people sign up for the network to play games, they really like the communication with other members, whether it's conversation over a game of cards, joining a group to chat, or sending private messages back and forth. But since communicating by computer involves only the written word, you have to be careful how you put things.
The concept or the problem of inflection that we have in human speech is a difficult thing to accomplish online. There are some people that are very, very good at it online. They put descriptive phrases in parentheses. They put all kinds of smiley faces and other little symbols that are available on the network to kind of convey what they're thinking and what they're feeling.
Some people are good at it because they've had a lot of practice. They've become addicted to the Imagination Network, some staying online for as long as 300 hours a month. And with 40,000 members, the network has sometimes had to exercise crowd control, limiting the amount of time you can play some of the more popular games. Chat is only limited by how long you can keep at it.
One night, we were on quite a long time. In fact, I think it was about 7 in the morning. We were still online, and I fell asleep. And for 15 minutes, he sat there and waited for me to wake up just so he could continue the conversation.
Lori Waffenschmidt, CNN, Future Watch.
Right now, you need a 386 computer with a modem to access the Imagination Network, but there are plans to let you get online through the new 3DO devices or with Sega's The Edge. And that's our fun and games for this week. Join us again next week for another edition of Future Watch. I'm Donna Kelly. The latest news is coming up right here on CNN.